Okay, so this is my minimalist laptop setup. Acer C710, upgraded to 4 gigabytes of RAM, stock 320 gigabyte hard drive, and so let's boot it up. Core boot, CBIOS, by John Lewis, Grub, Arch Linux, kernel messages. i9-15 initializing, GPU coming into action, my login, and for the password, let's see if I typed it right the first time, yay. Login takes just a second because Pulse Audio I have start at the end of my bash profile. And so, basically, this is the setup. I've tried to stick, well, not tried, I have stuck to just console / frame buffer / DRM KMS kernel mode switching, which basically interacts with the GPU directly. And so, for my first kind of use of it, emulation via RetroArch. And so this control, I have a UDEV rule that brings the Bluetooth hardware up on boot, and a systemd script that, well, a systemd service file that automatically runs the power on command via dbus, so it's ready to connect to any previously remembered devices. And so through the glory of Blues 5, I have paired my PS3 controller and PS3 keypad. So I can connect the PS3 controller, connected. I can connect the keypad, tap space, connected. You can see the little kernel message. And now, my first order of business is RetroArch. And so basically what this is using is the kernel mode setting, kind of part of userland and drivers, then it basically talks to the GPU directly and is able to have video output. And so I can play Sonic the Hedgehog 2. With sound that I need to turn down actually, but actually while I'm here I might as well just... Alright, so for easy volume switching, just PACTL, set sync, if I do a space it would help, set sync, and then volume. Pulse Audio 6 added a bash completion script for PACTL, makes things a lot easier. Sync 0, set the volume to 40%. Oh, if I had a space that would help. Okay, so now we can go back to RetroArch. Do load content history, Sonic the Hedgehog 2. We can do that again. And I still got the keyboard, so I can interact. I can throw it into max FPS to skip cutscenes. Start. There we go. And we got sound via Pulse Audio. And Pulse Audio is a little overkill for this, but I haven't really had any latency issues. And it's great from hooking up HDMI or a Bluetooth headset or something. It's just easier to configure out of the box. So you got that, and also in RetroArch I've enabled rewind. So just hold R. And I can rewind to this point and continue playing from there. I try to reserve it for the harder boss battles, but it's tempting to kind of use anywhere. Lose all your rings. Well, maybe I'll just if I can get the right key, we'll just undo that. But yeah, other examples are I haven't actually mapped the GUI key yet, so I can play Cave Story in glorious 60 FPS. Kind of wish it would focus on the screen better, but whatever. Glorious 60 FPS. You won't even see in a YouTube video. I don't worry about that heart right now. I've got the save state, so I can always come back to this. Yeah. Like I'm half playing this through the camera, half playing this through actually looking at it. But yeah, and also the other neat thing about RetroArch is that it actually has an FFmpeg core, so I can have it actually just play a video direct to the GPU. Doesn't have to fight anything. I can also speed it up and slow it down. I don't think rewinding works in the same sense now. Like I can go back, I can seek in the video, but yeah. Rewinding is more for the cores that actually implement save states. It basically just does a save state to RAM constantly. So it's a bit, it eats a bit more CPU, but I haven't really noticed any performance issues, at least on this. It's Celeron 847, 1.1 gigahertz, about HD 2000 graphics. And so from there, I can either do and so if I want to move on to web browsing, I can do Google through W3M and actually get images over the frame buffer. Yeah, it's kind of hard to see anyways. Or I can also do, well actually hold on, I already have the correct permissions for the mice and all that, but I don't have, for the regular keyboard inputs and such for RetroArch, but I didn't do it for mouse. So mouse, alright, and so I got GPM installed, so I also have the touchpad mouse plus the PS3 keypad doubles as a mouse that I can still use on terminal. There's like a trackpad under the keys, and kind of nice. So what setting the mouse permissions let me do is have a more graphical web browser, but still no JavaScript support. I haven't seen a browser that actually has JavaScript support in frame buffer or DRM or KMS or any of that stuff. But I can search for something and it'll come up. I get images. I think I can move this mouse slowly over to images and get images for something. And then if I switch this back over to mouse mode, can't see crap. I can move the mouse here too. So, and then click is this button. So yeah. I can Q, enter. Then I can also do videos. VLC has a frame buffer output. So once this loads up, it'll play the video with sound and everything. The only thing about this is I haven't actually figured out a way to actually control it in this mode. It launches and does everything, but you don't really get to interact with it at all. So the only way to actually, you just watch a video, Control C out of it. I don't think I've installed it, but yeah, MPlayer can also do it too. But it hasn't been updated in MPV. I'd like to use, but by default they don't build with SDL2, and by default SDL2 isn't compiled with DirectFB support. so it's kind of a little bit trickier to get all of it set up and working. And for music, I have Spotify, and I can launch Moppity here. Now, I've got a system version running that I really need to disable. Let's just do that now. Disable. And this is why I love systemd. I can tab complete. I can easily disable a service. I can easily stop a service. And so then now I can run Moppity here. Connects to Spotify. I'll switch over a terminal. I'll do my little Angry Orchard block again. Post audio fails to start because it's already started, so no surprise there. Now I can run ncmpcpp. So let's turn the volume up a little bit. pactl set sync volume 0. Let's do 60%. Alright, ncmpcpp. Playlists are loaded. Loaded playlist. Random. And I'll switch back over to here. Can't actually do anything because that's where the server's running, but yeah. Switch over to another terminal, do other stuff. And so, also another neat thing is there's FB term, and with the -n option I can set my font, and with the -s option I can set the size. So I can have a Terminus 23 font, easy to switch to. I can probably do this for the console too, but I just find this a lot easier. And then I can run that same in CMPCPP. And if I was feeling particularly blind one day, I could bump that up to like 32-point font. Still run the same thing. For networking, I am actually using Network Manager. Not typical for a bare bones system, but kind of keeping a list of connections and automatically connecting, not having to fuss with it. Plug and play support for USB Ethernet / USB tethering from an Android phone. Just plug it in, shows up as a connection, hit connect. And I guess I can show off Bluetooth CTL so you can actually see it. So this shows the keypad and PlayStation controller. I can get info from the PS3 controller, not blocked, and if it is in GUI, this also advertises a name for it. So if you have like a program that manages your controllers, it can say, oh hey, that's a gaming controller. Or for the keyboard, oh hey, it's a keyboard. And so that can be probed from dbus. Also, it's nice that I haven't actually implemented yet, but oh, I'm still on Bluetooth CTL. I haven't actually implemented yet, but you can interact with it via dbus, and so this is the controller, and because it is connected, if I run this, it just shows true. And so my idea was, as I boot up, I have a script that checks to see if it's true, and it's going to be false. And then when it does hit true, just play a sound. And that sound in that case was just an exit command, so it dropped out of FB term.